Let me ask anyone in chat about this because this is a pretty rough matchup in my opinion for Rosinante, right? And I'm very excited to see how Koza plays this because I struggle with Ace when I play this deck
Hmm.
because of all the bottom decking and bouncing and stuff because there's no protection for it. Um, as well as I don't know which curve to pick. I don't know if you want to go first or second here because usually Rosinante wants to go first, right? Usually it's the power curve. You play your bodies a turn earlier. You like just start out so strong, but Ace doesn't mind going second and being a bit slower, right? Like he plays his big turn anyways a turn earlier. So
Hmm.
this is a tricky matchup, I feel like, because you kind of want to play the worst curve to take away your opponent's curve,
Yeah,
but I don't know.
I I do get that. You do want definitely to take away from the possibilities of event into event, which is basically what Ace is designed to do. So yeah, I do think it might be worth just playing against your own curve a bit, just leaning
Mm.
into being annoying more than being pure aggressive. But yeah, it's I guess it's interesting. That do you think anything changes here when we compare like the pre EBO3 version with the EBO3 version of the deck?
Oh yeah, 100%. Of course, I forgot we're playing pre-EBO3, so I'm even more excited to see if Kozo actually can make this happen because with the EBO3, I feel like this deck gets such a power spike with the new law, right? It like heals and you play out something, and it's so strong. Even bringing in another swing there. Um, Now before EBO3, I'm not entirely sure. I haven't looked at the list yet. I'm definitely gonna look at the list in a second, but I don't know. It feels like there's just not enough power. Of course, there's not being like I said in chat already, no gravity blade in Ace, which is probably the norm, right? But stuff like Jozu, or the what's it called, the four cost that bounces a four cost. It's like a show two Whitebeard cards and then bounce a four cost are so strong versus Rosinante even now, right? So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can see that. I think the bouncing it's just extremely annoying, right? Because you do not get to protect from that, and obviously we're running four Josus on the list. There's only two red rocks, so no, sorry, three red rocks, not four, not two, but no gravity blades quite yet. So list wise, it's interesting, but also Atmos. Atmos is an annoying card, and you do have a couple of laws that you do want to keep on board that are slightly four or below, right? So it's gonna be quite interesting. Okay, Sugar start. How do you rate that as one of your starting searchers? I guess it's not on the aggressive side in this matchup. That doesn't make that big of a difference because getting those 2Ks all the way up is gonna be tricky without
So yeah, yeah.
the buffs. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I don't run sugar in my list, so I think I'm playing it more of like a different list
Hmm.
than Koza does, or like I tried different lists than Koza does. I'm not really relying on these Don Quixote pirate cards, but more so on like supernova engines,
Oh.
and therefore I'm not sure. But for second, sugar feels amazing, right? You can search first turn, and you tank a swing, which usually doesn't matter too much, but it's still a swing tanked. So I feel like Sugar is really, really good in this matchup, as well as we see the three cost law, which is probably. I wanted to say this. This is probably going to be the best card in this matchup because it gets so much value if you follow it up with a seven, like a four cost law. That what is it like? If you have seven cards, you trash two, right?
Oh yes. Ooh.
That's gonna be so good. That's gonna be so good because you need to be less done than your opponent. It's not even similar done or like same done, but it needs to be less done, which is yeah hard to accomplish without the four cost law.
Yeah, definitely. There we go. Atmos doing a bit of extra value over here, and now we do get one more turn to play. Sugar, and that sugar is effectively just a free use of that Dawn in order to do play
Yes.
our big boy law for the first time. That's buffing leader to guarantee aggression, and we get it on back.
I like this play. Of course, we saw Kolza search out the six cost earlier, but because if we play six cost here, our opponent just counters with a Yozu, right? We waste our whole turn. Playing out the 7 cost as soon as possible, especially because we went second, right? Is so good here. And on top of that, we keep the 6 cost for a double summon turn. Like, for example, on 10, we can go 6 cost into 6 cost, or we can go on 8, we can go 6 costs into 8 cost, right? There's a bunch of stuff we can do. 6 cost into 4 cost, I'm sorry. There's a bunch of stuff we can do to make the board wide if we have some board presence with a 7 cost in this case.
Yeah. No, that does make absolute sense. We also get a bit of a free defense on the buff, right, which definitely helps against the 6k leader from Ace. That Supernatural 7 is now just a 2k away from being tanked, which, yeah, there we go. Prime example of the perks of 6k leaders, I suppose. And that's looking a bit like a Josu, maybe. Red Rock. Okay.
Oh, that's good for Ace. What 2K is that? I can't see.
Oh,
Two.
that is a winner 2k. I believe it's the Sachem Penguin, which is interesting
Is it?
choice. I guess he won one
It's
and
a
wants to
searchable, I
showcase it.
guess. I guess it's searchable. I guess it's good. Yeah, it's searchable for hard pirates. There's not a lot of 2Ks you can search with hard pirates, so I guess it's cool. Yeah, if it's that.
It is that. It is that. It is
Always
that.
the 4 cost play, right? It's a play if you have nothing on 4.
Yeah,
You play
you can drop a 5, I guess.
Yeah,
It is a sad play, but a play. All
yeah.
right, there we go. That is
And obviously the double summon, right?
yeah,
Surely.
that
See second
is
law.
the new promo law that we can only get in very fancy form. What is gonna be the follow-up? So -1, so that's a 6 cost law and
Yes.
Rosinante. Get
This
one,
is exactly
draw
what I was
one.
talking about.
And that card is actually really, really nice. I do love the design of that card.
Oh, it's great.
Not like artistic design, which is also great, but I mean more like how well it fits into Dawn management decks. It's insane that it does get to replace itself and give you a free 8k block, which is kind of what you want to be having here as well. Ace is very good at swinging 7 or 8s while it's developing before we get to the Whitebeard turns. So that 8k is great, and even after the Whitebeard turns, that means you get to block on 1k if you really want to. So yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. This card is insane in this deck. Especially if you play it and combine it with a purple 7 cost law. It's a 9k like counter or block already, so it's so good. It's incredible. How much value this guy generates. It's basically 4 cost 8k that draws you a card and gets you done back. So it's a 3 cost 8k, which is unheard of, right?
Yep, that is insane. Value-wise, it's amazing, and like the Dawn reduction gets immediately compensated, plus replaces a card. I don't know, man. I kind of wish I could play this in more decks. Which you can, obviously, right? Like, I'm just waiting for Don Quixote Reiju to make an appearance on Rene's stream at some point.
I'm not gonna say anything yet, but I might be cooking another deck with this card because it's so good, like you said. So maybe there's gonna be something else.
Is
But
it black and purple? Is it black and purple?
it might be black and purple, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure yet.
Okay, I'm really looking forward to that. And there we go. 9 done available, which means we get 2 8k swings. One takes a life, one takes a block plus 1k counter. And, well, that's technically 2k counter, but you know the gist.
Yeah, and I also like how Kozo is defending his life here. Because of course I've only been playing this deck in EBO3. And in EBO3, I basically go straight to 0. It's crazy how fast you go to 0 life because you can just take. You take everything, then you play an 8 cost into 7 cost. You have to trash like a bunch of cards, right?
And you heal 2 life.
And you heal 2 life. Like what? Either you heal 2 life or you just buff your whole board, which is usually better. But even that is so good. You heal a life, you trash a card, then you play out the 7 cards. You basically lose a total of 3 cards, right? 3 cards. So it's a lot, but that's why you take all this life in the early game, which is so good. And look at this. Look at this. He's going to do the same thing again. He's going to play a 7 cost here, right? Yeah. Oh my god.
This is where you want to be. This is definitely
So
where you want to be. We get one on upstanding as well. Is there gonna be a 7 into the Atmos? That Atmos is gonna be very annoying. You kind of need to KO it, or it's gonna be getting free value of those white beards pretty much every
yeah,
time.
he's great. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. You're probably gonna swing 6 into it, yeah. And ace just lets it go anyways. I don't think
Hmm.
it matters for him too much.
No, that's very fair. You just go the first one and now demand a 2k of, well, a leader ability of hand because obviously we're talking about ace and it has Dawn attached to it.
So 7, yeah, exactly. So 7,
Hmm.
and then we're probably gonna swing our big blocker. Not if he blocks. Obviously, we don't.
Yeah, I
So we're
think
probably gonna
if
swing
he
that.
takes you to go for it and those two cards are worth it. If he does give you a card here, it might be worth keeping it standing. Um,
Yeah, because he's gonna block it anyways, right? So
yeah, yeah.
nice, but this pod looks sick. This looks so strong. I'm
Hmm.
very much sold on the second curve of Rosinante in this case. Of course, I'm gonna be honest, this sugar kind of fixes it. Like it doesn't it makes it really good to play second curve because usually Rosinante wants to get this like first curve in and play aggressive. But in this case, taking ace curve, even though ace basically saw what he wanted to see, right? Everything,
Hmm.
the counter, the 4 cost into the 6 cost event to counter both cards into the 8 cost event. Of course he doesn't have the second 8 cost event now. But the second 10 cost is still pretty good, right?
Yeah,
And Rossi still looks like he's leading here.
yeah, yeah. That's pretty much perfect because if he doesn't have the second event on this spot, you have a extremely threatening board presence. You get a free block for leader because that 8k swing doesn't make a difference, and then if he swings 14 with Whitebeard, he's also kind of exposing himself to aggression. So there you go, free block on the 8k. And now what? It's a very lose-lose situation here for PT with that swing because he kind of needs to put Rosinante down on life. But is it worth resting that to trade for one of those 6k attackers on the way back? Ugh. I need to see what I have in hand to take the decision, obviously, but it does feel like both of them can be punished to a certain extent. And of course, having one
Mm.
of those rested exposes you to Gamma Knife as well,
Oh yeah.
which ew, terrifying,
How
terrifying
many do
card.
we play? How many do we play, Gamma Knives?
Two. We have two on the list. Our event
Okay.
setup is two Gamma Knives and one Divine Departure. That yeah, of course you can also do that
Ooh.
if you want to.
Yeah, of course. Divine Departure is even that bad
Hmm.
because I mean, a lot of people say Rosinante can break a lot. I personally never had a problem with it, but
Yeah,
yeah.
you do have some brick cards. I do like this list because it doesn't have that many, so we're basically just on the events that if you manage your Dawn correctly, you should be fine. And then we got the big boy loss and the blocker. But the blocker you're just gonna drop immediately. There's never gonna be a turn where you don't develop it, right? So it's low commitment, and then the 3 cost law, but it's only on 2 copies, so it's not that horrible. I do like the current configuration. I could see that going farther with EBO3 though.
Mm. Yep, agreed. Um, like I said earlier, if this keeps going, if people actually catch on to Rosinante, I have to play counter deck. You can like, it's fun if it's off meta, but it's like it's getting to a point where it looks so strong that it like actually can be top 5 decks. It's crazy because it has the potential to completely obliterate emo, right? For example, because
Hmm.
you can't do anything as emo. You literally can't. You get a tens of thousands of 6k swings in, then you have no counter in hand, and then you can't even remove anything. And so it's ridiculous. And then Ace, like I said, looks like a bad matchup, but look at this. This looks good. This looks really good for Rosinante right now. So I'm not even sure if that's a bad matchup.
Yeah,
Um,
I think
what
bad
and
matchup is
Mihawk,
Gravity Blade basically. So
I
whenever
feel
the
like
format adjusts
yeah.
to have more Gravity Blade, maybe to deal with Boa more than to deal with you even, that's when things get a bit more
Mhm.
tricky. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. The top dogs are scared, and Mihawk is not great for them either.
So I don't know. Like maybe Ace starts running Gravity Blade exactly. Like I don't know. Then it could be harder. But other than that, I
Yeah.
don't know. This looks good. I like it. And then yeah, I gotta play something that counters it. Either freezes the whole board the whole time, which is really, really annoying when Mihawk plays that one cost event and
Oh yeah.
freezes your board.
Hmm.
Or, like I said, Sanji something to Gravity Blade your
Yeah.
board away. That's also pretty annoying. Other than that, this deck looks super strong.
How does it feel into like more go wide aggro decks that can maybe push you a bit? Like I don't know. I'm obviously just thinking from the GP player's perspective here, but
Yep.
you're still a 4 life leader. Without the AV3 package, you're obviously struggling a bit more when you take early lives, I suppose. And decks that can rest your humongous blockers seem annoying, at least. But
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I would think that I'm not trying this deck without EBU3, right? Because
mhm,
in my opinion, it doesn't make sense. I'm prepping for Bon. I'm looking for
yeah,
decks to play at Bon, so I'm not really playing without EBU3. Um, and against decks like aggro decks, what aggro decks do we have even? Like proper aggro decks?
yeah. I
Give me
guess the
one.
closer to aggro we have are probably just like the yellow aggro version. So Boa and
Oh yeah,
Moria.
Moria
Yeah.
and Boa, I guess. Boa feels fine usually. Doesn't
Mhm.
really matter too much. I don't know. Boa feels fine. It's weird. It's the same with everything. If Boa triggers 3 out of 4 life, then of course she's gonna win, right? But if she like misses one trigger or like misses the first life trigger or something, then
Yeah.
it's usually fine. Um,
Oh, hand
what
size
was the other one?
is dimming for Ace over here. Sorry to interrupt. The other one's Moria, I guess.
Ah, Moria. Yeah, Moria is free. The deck is fake anyways, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, I will definitely not hold you to this for when we have our next two guests. Just like probably shitting on the take quite often. But yeah, I get what you mean. Moria's been a bit of an up and down thing in the meta. Started super
Yeah, more
strong,
down
but
and down, but yeah, you're right.
it's also the component of novelty, right? It's a difficult deck to play against for the first couple times until you like realize what your strategy should be, and every deck has a slightly different way to approach it.
Yeah, Moria is a bit like when you play football against a blind person, right? Of course you win, but as soon as you're the blind person, you will lose.
Yeah, yeah, I do feel like familiarity becomes your enemy fairly quick. It's still a powerful deck, but it does feel like it doesn't go as aggro as it can be, and sometimes you just get punished for just doing your normal gameplay loops. Obviously, double Perona into some decks is just GG's, but other than the
Mhm.
polarized matchups, yeah, I can see that. Okay. I do see
Okay.
that chat appreciates your metaphors, so that's good.
Yes, you right. And it was so like obvious as well. Like it's very easy to get, and
It's
it makes sense in this case.
yeah,
Right? It's so good.
it's very very graphic without being upsetting in that sense. It's good. Yeah, can recommend the metaphor.
Basically, what I wanted to say is everyone who plays Moria is blind and doesn't know how to play the game. That's basically what I tried to say.
I see, I get that. Especially Rene, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Very, very, very fair. Okay,
Okay,
cool.
maybe you should look back at the game. I mean, it didn't happen much to be fair.
It's what we
Yeah,
kind of predicted, right? Like basically,
yeah.
you do get to go fairly big. At Ace the
Ooh,
previous turn, and now you have two blockers.
so this is interesting, right? This is really interesting because this is one thing I usually fear with Rosie is the ace going down to 0 and then Roger. Look at this board. Like you have this, you have all these blockers, but now they don't matter anymore, right?
Hmm.
You have to kind of close out the game. But ace is at what 10k right now? No,
Yeah,
no,
it's 9k.
it's 10k, right? He took the life
Oh
and
yeah,
he got
sorry,
plus.
yeah, 10k plus 4.
Bro,
Yeah.
he's 10k leader. What are you gonna do as Rosie? You're just gonna pass your turn. You're gonna like swing twice, and then there's two 12k blocker, and then you have one life. Like actually, you're not gonna win this game.
No,
How?
this is. I mean, he does have 3 cards in hand. That seems very little.
Mm, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, but he has only 3 cards. One of them is like, but it is a 2k card. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. He has
Hmm.
10k leader. You have how many swings? You have, even if you put your Don, you go 10, 10, 10.
You get three
It doesn't
tens.
matter.
You
You
get
can
three
three
tens.
tens max.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he swings 14 once, which is like Ace doesn't. Ace needs to have only 1k, right, to get out of this because he had lead ability 1k, and then he can just let his second blocker go.
And that draws
Yeah,
him
he
a
does
card
that.
as well. Is that card the Roger? It's
So now
always the
last
Roger.
game.
It is always the
But
Roger. This is ace. That
okay,
is always the Roger.
I was thinking about this just now. I forgot that these Donkey Kong Pirate lists play the 2-cost event that buffs you to 7, right?
Hmm
Um, which can be clutch in this regard, yeah. Imagine you have this twice in your hand. You go to 9k leader, and then you have like a bunch of stuff.
Oh, it's not the
Wait,
Roger. Red Rock. Okay, we might have
why
a
why
game
do we do
here.
this? We don't have a Roger.
I mean, there was one card in hand, so it needed to be Roger for this to work out.
Um, that's true, but
Yeah.
why did we take our last life with our event if this is not Roger, right? We go just to 8k leader with it anyways.
hmm
Wait, this is not good. This is just bad, right? Don't take our last life here. We chill,
Yeah, I
and
don't.
then
I don't think you need to with two blockers over there. Just an 8k leader is probably enough. But the
if you
board
go
was
first time.
extremely intimidating, right? And being just an 8k might have been a bit tricky. That said, I probably take a free block there, with only 5 done left. It's kind of fine to keep the 2k in hand. It's,
Hmm. Yeah, 100%. Then that I don't know. This is weird because you can't swing your blockers now. And the
hmm
Red Rock is not doing anything here, right? That's the event I was talking about exactly. So this goes to 7k leader, gives you another plus 2k. So you go 9 for this one attack.
And 1k.
And then
Ooh.
exactly keep being 7. And this card is so good. I love this card. It's
hmm
like the GARP event on steroids. It's a
Yes.
it's so good.
It is amazing on this spot, right? Because it basically just gives you 2k for free plus return
Mhm.
any of your Trafalgar loss from trash to hand, which is, yeah, it just, well, the GARP event is only fair because it does limit the size of what you can get, but over here it just, no, it's a law. You can get a good one. We're good. Yeah.
And on top of it, it's like it's a 4k counter that's viable on like 2 cards, which is always so strong. Yeah, I feel like this game is just over for Ace at this point. Don't see anything happening here. Has to go 10 life. Because it doesn't matter, you can even block and take the life anyway, so it doesn't matter in this case.
Yep.
Closer has to try to close it again next turn, which is 100% given, right? He has only 1 card in hand.
Yep.
So yeah, this is 100% a win.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's just mean. He's just 3k in with a card.
Yeah, this is just a win for Rosie.
hmm
Crazy. Okay. Damn. Um, I believe Ace would go second next game, so this is going to be interesting how Kozo's going to manage to play first. Right?
Yep. That is definitely gonna be a bit of a different dynamic. He does manage to take the first one. It's it's kind of satisfying to, oh sorry, not that one, satisfying to watch, like this deck going properly into ace. Although we were very dead to our Roger at that point, and I'm not sure how many games you've played into ace. I feel like they always have had the Roger. So it is a new
Yeah, they
experience
always.
for me not to see it in there.
Yeah.
Although, admittedly, like deck the deck list only running one Roger probably helps on you not seeing it that often.
Oh, he's only running one.
Yeah, it does feel
Yeah,
like a
okay.
slightly tech list towards the new meta where, I don't know, Roger is not
I
really
like
that key into things like Boa or Moria, right? So it might just be more geared towards the
mm,
yellow situation with those two and yellow Luffy being in place. But
yeah, that makes
still,
sense.
ew. That does feel like you now don't want to see him in front of you either.
Let's talk about Yellow Luffy. Because I feel like that matchup was tough for Rosie.
hmm
I played against Yellow Luffy, like the default version, which is kind of okay. But then I also played against the one with the Thriller bug engine, which was incredibly annoying to deal with. They still were playing Robin and Nami's, right? Obviously, because the cards are just broken. Like who designed Robin? Who
That
what the hell?
that's, yeah,
But
it's an incredible 2K. I don't really get why we got that, but um, good cards keep
yeah,
popping up now and again.
yeah, no, but like and then the whole Thriller bug engine is just in itself so strong that you see it in every deck. Like I've seen someone top with a boa and a thriller bug engine. Was it in Australia? I'm not sure, but like this engine is just too good. Like in any yellow deck, right? It just gives this like power spike with all triggers always being good. Like every trigger is good. There's no trigger which is just can be like, for example, you have usually the triggers are very situational, right? You have the wedge trigger, which should be like good for like living one more round, or zero cost event, which is also good for living one more round. And then you have stuff like Kiku, which is great to play out early game, but if it's your last life, it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
And then you have the threader bug trigger, which are all good. They're all good. Like
Mm-hmm.
what?
Yeah, they're like amazing at any point in the game as long as you have some trash.
Oh
It's
yeah, and
dope.
yeah. And I look at what Jack said as well. Like, let me take 10 minutes to arrange my life. Yeah, 100%. They like you can't swing in the early game as long as they have two Dawn open. You just can't swing. Like, what are you gonna do? Give them the space to like look at six life. Oh yeah, let me put zero cost to the bottom. Let me push Robin on top. Let me push three Kikus on the first three life. Like,
Yeah.
what?
We're gonna get to the Viola meta where you just play them to be able to swing for two, then drop the Viola
Oh,
and mess
oh,
up the life
yes.
completely. Like if we get to a yellow meta with both those cards, I wouldn't be surprised like either of the yellow decks actually playing Violas now, because like
I,
nobody's really bothering with removing 2Ks either. So sorry, 2 cost
I'm pretty
either.
sure
So
I saw that some yellow Luffys from Asia was already playing Viola, which
hmm
is obviously now thinking about it, it's tech for the mirror, of course. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, for both the mirror and the thriller bark um, decks in general, right? Because it can be super relevant into both Boa and Moria as well.
All right. Let's see here. Kozo again opening perfectly, right? They
Mhm.
place the one cost, search the second turn, place the four cost. But then again, this is what the ace does best, right? He plays the four cost, bounces back your four cost. Next turn, you want to play the six cost, but ace bounces back your six cost with Jozu, right?
Mhm.
It's really annoying for you in this case,
Yeah.
especially
It
if you're
is.
on first.
It is though kind of. It does give you some windows here to just take those first couple lives if you can, right? Like and being such an aggressive deck as Rossi, where you do get to cheat to done every turn, in order to like play properly in curve, it means that you will be able to swing like a 6 or 7 somewhat easily these 2 turns.
Mhm.
And that's where Ace needs to give you cards now. Needs to give you counter because he's not gonna be able to attach Don at this point. So yeah, there we go.
If you see the Jozu here though, this is just gonna be so annoying.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Mhm.
Why is he not swinging first? Oh,
Free
because
block,
it's a
I
free block,
guess.
I guess. Yeah, but you always do it anyways, just to check if the opponent is paying attention.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he's starving him. You can't starve Rosie. It's not possible. You literally can't starve Rosie.
Not with that attitude,
Because
you can't. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. There's no way you can swing at board, so there's no like real benefit to starving if you cannot whittle hand size down, right?
yeah, yeah. Especially now, look at his hands, like 8 cards or 9 cards, right? He searched a bunch, and then
Mhm.
he has another search in hand. So starving a Rosie is not a real tactic. I don't know why he's doing this or what he's thinking about here. Um, but yeah, you shouldn't do that. So what are
No.
we seeing now? Double forecast is probably the best play here, right? Double law. Yeah, this is the best you can do here.
Mhm. There we go. Very commendable. And I mean,
But
we
now
do.
since Ace didn't swing, sorry, but like since Ace didn't swing now twice, or like once into the searcher and then second time into life, not into life, Kozo is very chilling. He's chilling right now, right? Like he has 4 life. Even if there's a 10 cost coming down this turn,
Mhm.
even like he missed it. Of course, he missed it, but still, if there was a 10 cost coming down here, you can just take both lives. You don't really care.
Yeah, that would be pretty much all right. It would be somewhat annoying, and I do feel like if Ace now dropped event into 10 cost, it would have been somewhat rough to have Ace being an 8k as well, not to be able to pressure you the next turn, and he's on 2 life, like sitting quite comfortably. But another Josu, it's all right. That's what
Mm.
are those gonna do now? You've not been swinging. Are you gonna start swinging now and give the resources?
You need to. You 100% need to.
Yeah.
Like now, it's not even resources. Look at his hand. His hand is massive.
You do absolutely need to, but now you have a swing with an ace. Like you basically got to 7 swings in place. So I think he might be committing to the bid, even though it's not the right bid to commit to. Come on,
I
go
don't see
for
the
those two
reason why
sevens.
you wouldn't swing, right? Like we were talking about before. Is
Mm-hmm.
you can't stop him. If you start swinging to board, you just take the life as Rosie. So I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not a possibility.
block and 2k.
Okay, at this point, he wants to count out of this. Is he going 7 at body? Wait, okay, now no, he has to be baiting here. He's got to be baiting here. There's no reason why he wouldn't take this.
Okay, ace is on 6, but he does get to draw a card now. Huh.
Interesting. Does he run the 7 cost heal law?
The Supernova one. He
Yep.
does not. He does
Okay,
not
so
run
there
any
might be.
heals, so he might be just being a bit more conservative with life, especially to play around Roger, since the previous game could have been Roger. Sorry about that. I don't know how I posted that video. There wasn't any freezing, but yeah, maybe that's just the only reason. Like, you need to be a bit more aware when you don't have the ability to heal afterwards, and Roger can just mess up your game.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good point that I just said in the chat as well. It's like in this list that Kolzo's running, there's just not enough supernova in there. So running the 7 cost feels a little fake in this case because what are you gonna heal, right? Like you can heal the 7 cost, you can heal the 2k law, but usually you probably don't have enough of those to
Yeah.
actually be able to heal them, right?
Yeah, it's very low on the Supernova count, I think. Which is kind of a good thing on its own, right? Like, you're basically acknowledging that it's not worth running the Supernova cards without the ABO3 stuff, and just fully committing to being a hard
Yeah,
pirate.
that's what like that's what I'm thinking at least, because I tried running it without EBU3, the Supernova package, and just doesn't feel good enough.
Mhm.
So probably it has to be this kind of mix between laws and like hard pirates and Donkey Kong pirates.
Mhm.
Um, but then again, with like EBO3, Supernova again feels pretty good in my opinion. It gives you a bit more what's it called? Consistency,
Mhm.
I feel like. But it changes it like fundamentally a little bit. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely try out what Kroza cooked up here.
Yeah. Over here we did see Ace going down to 2 life and countering with a Marco for the second swing. That does mean a +1 in hand size altogether, because Ace is a very well designed leader that lets you aggressively compensate for only having 3 life, or being a 6-8 buddy that cannot break itself more than once per turn.
Yeah. Okay. I'm hoping that Ace has this white bit event now, because if he doesn't, this game looks really over.
Mm-hmm. I mean, 10 cost wouldn't be horrible here.
Yeah, you're right. 10 cost in itself would be fine, I guess.
It doesn't look like he's having a 10 cost. It might be a 9 cost +1 on leader situation, which is,
I,
I've seen worse things, I suppose. It's not great.
I guess. I guess. I guess we've seen worse,
Definitely see bets
but
into.
it's still very bad for us.
I am venturing to guess that Krulsor might just block 2k this one, or oh, Rossi event is very clean.
It's a 7, and then he takes the 2k and just says, yeah, I'll pitch the 2k anyways. Okay. Then we see 6. We block 1k, right?
It might have been going at board already.
Oh, I see swinging a boat. Maybe Hydra doesn't know that bot can't be KO'd. Like,
Pity,
maybe he
yeah.
doesn't know about the interaction. Oh, he's bouncing everything. That's insane. Another Jozu bouncing the 6 cost back to hand.
I did not
That just
know
feels
Blue Boa
disgusting. What
was
is
a 3 life leader. What's happening
Oh,
here?
why would you bounce that? Why wouldn't you bounce the focus?
I think he's just gonna play Josu again next turn. Like, it doesn't look
I
like he's has
guess.
the top end, so he might just be going in the
Yeah.
direction. But that is an unlikely scenario.
This shit's so weird. I've never seen this happening in Ace. But it
Hmm.
shows again how versatile Ace is, right? Like he doesn't need to have his game plan to be able to pack a punch.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Still does so much.
It's weirdly enough, it's not looking that bad either, right? Like this is a very unconventional pattern for the ace player, but he
Mm,
still has a decent hand size. You still have 1k free for every swing,
yeah,
and Rossi only has one meaningful body on board now, so it's
true.
kind of
Which
untested
can be
waters.
bounced as well, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
And you will eventually
What?
get to your top end too. So like having these many bodies by the time you start dropping whitebeards is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. On the other hand, Rosi can just put them out again.
Hmm.
Of course, you bounce the characters back to hand, but Rosi can just play everything out again, and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Still, yeah, we're just gonna play the law, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
we got both bounced, and we just play both out again, and we couldn't swing much. That's true, but I don't know.
Yeah. Now this is a bit tricky too. I do feel like the starving was a bit counterproductive though.
Yes, yes,
Because now you
100%
don't
agree.
want to really swing at face, but you kind of have to swing at face.
Mhm.
Because you don't want to get to give him the chance to just like for free give you a 2k when you're swinging into that low, right? So at the very least,
Yeah.
yeah.
Five, you're obviously gonna block seven. If he's saying seven now, he would block as well. Okay. No, this is another show, so I'm
Oh,
gonna lose it. Of course, yeah, he bounced it back to hand, so that makes sense.
he's replaying the
Um,
Atmos too.
yeah, no, exactly. Only question is only
What do you bounce
which
back?
body are we gonna bounce, right?
Yeah. I can't see an argument for bouncing the three cost law here. I do
Yeah, I
understand
think
you
it's the best option.
you are not gonna like the pokes that much, especially if you don't have a Donald lead. But them drawing a card of that law is definitely not the way you want either.
But now if Ace would have swung these like two more 7k swings or 6 or 7k swings or whatever
Oh,
they were,
I guess
okay,
that
putting us
question wasn't
four.
there. That is one of the ways to kind of move forward.
Yeah, it definitely it's definitely good. It's probably better than playing Atmosphere.
Hmm.
On the other hand, I mean, his set was pretty obvious. If he doesn't swing these sevens at live, he doesn't want Kozo to count out of them.
Yeah.
So up for putting.
Hmm. Okay, so that is the 2k. We're taking the life and we move. I
I don't know.
kind of dig this. I'm surprised that those sevens weren't at life. Oh yeah, no, 6 and 7 into life there. Yeah. Now it is carry for closer,
Yeah,
right? We cannot swing with those sixes, and it's not a good spot to develop that well either. So you really need to get a card of that low, which means you will need
I
to
think I would like
use.
to disagree.
You would like
I
to
think
say it's a good spot for Russia
yes.
here. Okay. You only
Yeah,
have
no, I
five in
think
hand
it's a
though.
good. Hmm?
You're low on hand size now, right? Like that pudding was a very premium value play, and yeah, you're at the mercy of how many six or seven costs you find.
Yeah, it's true. But now think about it. You played the 4 cost, right? You can search now. If you get a 7 cost, it's perfect because you can play out the 7 cost with lead ability because you
Hmm.
usually use already lead ability. Even if you didn't have, if you have the 7 cost already in hand, you could have played the 4 cost, then did -1 Don,
Hmm.
played the 7 cost exactly like in this case,
Yeah.
and then swung a bunch of 7Ks at leader and leave 2 Don open because you can leave the event open. In this case now, you can leave like maybe 2 blockers up and the 1 Don, which is probably enough.
Hmm.
But 7K swings are not very threatening to Rosinante if he has the event or anything else.
That is fair. That is fair. It does feel like a bit of a consecution of things, though. But there is three 7Ks and the 6K leader, so being on one life. Thanks to the blockers, you're probably alright with that. But other than that, it's kind of scary. I guess you leave two blockers standing and you're chilling.
So the 7-cost law, you can play it for 5 with lead ability, obviously, which is pretty good. But it says if you have the same amount of Don or less Don, you give your whole board plus 1k power, and then you gain active Don. So it's basically 4-cost character with 8-cost power that buffs your whole board and your leader, of course, which is incredibly valuable because your leader is then 6k and your blockers are going to be 7 and 9k blockers, which is obviously insane.
Yeah, that is very, very true.
Oh yeah, it's hard parrots and Rosinante, exactly. Yeah, that was the condition.
Yep. Okay. What do we have on the ace list that could be a bit of a, I guess, game breaker on these spots? We don't really care for Yamatos.
It looks like you pause again.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I don't know why that keeps happening when I move away. Yep. There's no gravity blade to kind of change this, but I guess you do need to somewhat play around the potential removal. We know there is an Atmos, right? So there is a very clean bounce back on one of those two loss, which is gonna be annoying.
Because there's 5 cards?
He has 5 cards in hand, yeah.
And we know it won 2k. We think it's one event as well, right? So if we go 8, we're gonna get the event. So we're gonna go Atmos 8. That's 5 done. And then we can go.
Event
We have
bouncing
a
on
7,
1K,
7,
right?
6 left. And then we could go another 8. Then we have 4 done left.
Yeah.
Which would be 2 cards. Then you were stuck on 2 cards in hand, 1 blocker, 1 life. You basically have only one 7k, a 6k, and a pudding swing, which in 2 cards in hand. This has to be really, really clean from
PT. The swinging has to be pretty much perfect over here.
And I mean, like, Kozo has to have the perfect hand after the pudding, basically, which is kind of ridiculous. He already had the 4 cost into 7 cost, plus event, if we think he has. Oh no, the red rock is wrong. The red rock is so
that
wrong
is
here.
very wasteful.
You don't have done. You can't swing. You have 4 attacks. There's 1 event for 2 attacks. Then we know he has a 2k, which is a whole counter. Yeah, this is just
over.
Yeah, it's just over. I mean, of course, now the hand size does like it matters hand size wise, and not as much as what's in the hand. But no, the other way would have been so much better.
You kind
Just
of.
eights.
Oh, the thing is, you kind of need to go. Oh, this is very dead.
Yeah, 7 has to go through here.
And it doesn't.
Yeah, it just grabs back the 2k.
Picks up a 2k, and that means you cannot even go for the 5k because that's protected with the next 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the red rock was just I feel like it was a waste of Don.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very ineffective. Just putting 1 Don on each one of them and actually 3 on pudding gives you more value than what happened here, or just 2 on pudding and 1 on leader. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, we imagine that he always has the event if he leaves it on open, right? And that means basically he has 2 swings counter ready, 2 7k swings.
Yeah.
And we know he searched a 2k counter, so we know this doesn't work with red rock.
Yeah, no, that is not the right mathing to be doing here. I guess the unorthodox methodology for ace didn't quite pan out here, and that effectively means we got the game to be over. And congratulations to Krulsor for clutching with Rosinante.
Jesus.
That was, kind of quick too.
Oh. Did you not see that he was 6k? Okay, that makes a difference. That makes a big difference.
That does make sense.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
But okay, that was great games. Like, this was fun. I learned. Honestly, I think I didn't learn much because my list is so different. But if I would be to play this list, I think this was a perfect showcase on how to play it into Ace. Like this was great.
Yeah, no, 100%. Obviously, we do know that Krulsor has been grinding the heck out of this deck, and we are very grateful to get to see it showcasing it. It's an amazing educational experience, and yeah, super fun. Hoping that the chat also had as much fun as we did.